3-string riff. Howdy folks, Bluesboyjag here. 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. This is a riff that I came up with a few minutes ago. I was just kind of wasting time and I picked up my cigar box guitar, and as usual, out pops a riff. So we're tuned to open G on this particular song. Well, or riff I should say. That's an A string tuned down to G. You can tune off of me. Second string is tuned to D. That's a D string tuned normal to D. And the first string is a G, a third string from a regular 6-string guitar. So in this particular riff, I'm using my first 2 fingers, which I do a lot, and my thumb. Thumb is on the big string, first finger is on the second string, second finger is on the first string. A couple different ways you can do this. Using my thumb on the bass string, and the 2 fingers play the 2-string chord. It's a 3-string chord, but I'm considering the 3rd string to be the bass string, just for instructional purposes. Using my first finger to bar across the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret. I'm still playing all 3 strings though. And I'm using the 2 fingers, first and second fingers, to make it sound funky. And what I mean by that is every time I'm plucking the strings, I'm choking the strings right before I pluck them again. So, first finger's barring across the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret, and I'm moving up to the 3rd finger on the 5th fret. So the first thing I'm doing is playing all 3 strings. Thumb is on the big string, first finger's on the second, and my second finger's on the first. That part is simply a bar. I'm barring all the way across on the top 2 strings and then going up to the 5th fret. So top 2 strings. The thumb is playing that single note there. So all 3 strings at first, and then immediately the thumb plays that 3rd string. Then I'm barring the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret, first finger. Then I'm moving up to the 5th fret with the 3rd finger. First 2 strings get the first finger and the second finger. Thumb plays the 3rd. I'm playing 2 extra notes here before I walk down. Right here. This whole riff, the 3rd string is open. There's a couple ways you can do this. Notice I put the extra 2 notes in before I walk back down. Or you can play it like this. That's only 1 note on the bass string before I walk back down. So the 2 options are, whoops, or the second one, I'm only playing that bass note once at the end there. So you can kind of mix it up, change it however you like. It's a pretty straightforward riff. It's funky. It's in the key of G, so it's very bluesy. And you have that scale built into it right here, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th fret. That's the super simple 3-string pentatonic. That's the G pentatonic. That is the blues scale. That's it. 3-string cigar box guitar, and you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 notes. And some of these obviously are repeating notes. So, I'm pretty sure this is a blues rock or a blues song riff somewhere out there in the Ethernet. Around with this and change it up a little bit. That's just barring across the top 2 strings with my 1st finger, and then the top 2 strings with my 3rd finger, but I'm still strumming all 3. Using my pinky to anchor. So you're staying pretty much on that 1 chord, even though, or I should say 1 key, the G, even though you're jumping up to here and here, which is sort of an A sharp and sort of a B. Now let's try something. Now let's add something to it here. I'm going to play that 2nd fret. That's a little bit more rock and rolly, but still bluesy. So in this case, I should probably use my 1st finger and my 2nd finger. 1st finger barring on the top 2 strings, 2nd fret. Moving up to the 2nd finger, barring across the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret. So that's sort of simpler. I'm just sort of similar. I'm just moving down here. So if we put the 2 together and kind of jump back and forth between them. So the chords basically are G, then I'm playing this note right, or this chord right here, which is sort of a A, but I've got the G open. So I'm not quite sure what chord that would be. Then we jump up here, or we can bar all the way across. So I'm just showing the different ways you can play this song by either fretting on the top 2 strings or all 3. So mess around with that, have a lot of fun with it. You can jump up here, basically I'm playing the quote pentatonic notes, and I'm barring the top 2 strings on those notes, so to speak, really. That's a close-up of my right hand. Not using my 3rd finger at all. It just kind of follows my 2nd finger. A lot of people ask, what's happening with your 3rd finger? Nothing. I don't really use my 3rd finger that much. Even on a 6th string, I never really did get the hang of doing the finger picking thing with my 3rd finger and my pinky. That 3rd finger just kind of sits there. So you can see all the different permutations there. Just jump around, see what comes up, see what you like, have fun with that. Be sure and subscribe and check out my website, Bluesboyjag, Cigar Box Guitars, now in my 21st year. And we'll see you next time.